Sam, for you, with Fosse Verdon, one of the goals of a project like this was to make Gwen Verdon's story a bigger part of the story, and it not just be Fosse's story. What do you remember from the conversations around that, and how do you then infuse that into your performance?
Oh, we wanted to correct the record on how much Gwen Verdon was a part of that collaboration, and that was a big part of our agenda, I guess you could say. And also, we thought it would be better as a love story, and that would have a natural kind of through line. And Michelle Williams is, you know, a force of nature. She's amazing, and so that was sort of the beginning of that.
It happened to hit at a moment in time in Hollywood where so much of the conversation was about that. I'm curious how much of the movement influenced
I think we had to kind of address it, you know, otherwise we wouldn't be responsible, I think, you know. And also with this guy who was very complicated, we had to bring that into the conversation. And she was, you know, they were kind of like twins, the two of them. You know, they really were codependent in this way.
Did I read that you consult your therapist
in
all your roles?
I do.
I'm curious, what did the discussion entail for this one?
Well, you know, Bob was a complicated dude. So, you know, there was conversation. As Hugh said, a deep bath, you know. I did take a deep bath in this. And it can, you know, mess with your head a little bit. You know, it can mess with you a little bit. But there was a lot of elements to playing Bob, and early on, the dancing, the choreographer brought me together with this young lady who was a dancer, and I fancied myself a hoofer, and I was kind of cocky about it, and then I realized quite quickly that I was not a dancer, not a professional dancer, and I had a lot of work to do.
You did good.
Thanks,
Is it all you?
It's all me, but Michelle does a lot lot more dancing than I do.
But there's not a stunt double, if that's what you're asking.
No stunt double.
It was you.
Yeah.
And you had his daughter on set.
Yes, she choreographed a number, actually.
What are those conversations? What do you ask? And are you trying to find the humanity in this guy?
Yeah, absolutely. You have to shake hands with all, you know, Iago or whoever this character is. You got to shake hands with them. I think John Lithgow said that, I think. There's so many... But there's so many elements to it. But again, it's got to be entertaining.
At the stages of your careers that you are all currently in, what are the roles you're sort of either already tired of or just tired of being approached for?
Yeah, I could take a break from racists and long break.
Maybe like a forever break?
Yeah. And I played a lot of country, you know, whether you say redneck or just country is probably a better way to put it, you know. And it's funny, I'm a city kid, and they're always trying to throw me on a horse or get a lasso or something, and I'm really not, you know, that's not my thing. Hi, I'm Sam Rockwell.
I'm Stefan James.
Hola, I'm Diego Luna.
Hey, I'm Billy Porter, and thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching The Hollywood Reporter, and The Hollywood Reporter Roundtables
on YouTube.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.